Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out with light heavyweight contender Andre Sterling. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good to hear. We know obviously you're fighting this Friday night at York Hall in a British title eliminator, final eliminator, apologise, against Craig Richards. Now obviously you're both from London, different parts of South London in fact, and there seems to have been a rivalry growing that came to a head last week. Was it outside the Peacock gym? Just before telling us the kind of details of that, standoff that you guys had, how did you end up bumping into each other in the first place? Because you don't both train at the Peacock.
Coincidence. He's got a sponsor that does his T-shirts over at the Peacock. So he's gone to pick them up, and we seen each other, and we just caught eye contact, and then we just got over like what we wanted to say to each other. We got out there and said it. It was just literally just fight hype. It was never gonna fight or anything like that. We was gonna save that for the 21st of June.
Yeah, well, you both seem like quite gentlemanly characters. It didn't seem like it was going to kick off, but it was quite entertaining. His focus in the kind of talking seemed to be, will you get past 3 rounds? His last 4 opponents haven't. And will the big occasion get to you? How do you respond to those criticisms or questions?
I've been on a big occasion. My last fight, I was on the undercard of Bank the Girl, and I done what I had to do then. And he's already lost, so he has to get past that because he already fought a good opponent and lost. So he has to think, I'm fighting Andre Sterling, the champ. Like, can I win? Have I got enough for myself to win the fight? I'm very confident in my ability and my skills.
How do you see the style matchup going? Because you can fight going forward, you can fight on the back foot. He's known as a counter puncher with a bit of a dig on him. How do you see that matching up style-wise?
You can't handle me, you can't cope for me. They call him the spider, he ain't setting no web for me. And I've never heard of a spider beating a tiger. So, 21st of June, I'm going to show everyone what time it is.
And then after that, obviously, the next natural step would be British light heavyweight title. Current champion, Josh Buatsi. What have you made of his progression so far? Have you sparred him before? Do you know him well?
Yeah, we all know each other from the amateurs. We all fought each other, we all sparred each other. We all know that what we're capable of doing. So I wouldn't have a problem with fighting Buatsi in the professional ranks.
Do you see that as kind of a springboard for you? He's getting a big hype up from Eddie Hearn. He's getting a build up from Sky Sports. Beat him, you kind of write your own check to an extent.
That's the idea. No, as I said, like this is the game we're in. To be honest, it is. Like, I'm coming from small hall shows, and I have to work my way up the ranking. So I have to take out anyone that's in my way. So it's a dog eat dog game. So we just got to be dogs in the ring.
And you talked about the fight you had on the Gale undercard, or Eubank the Gale undercard against Ricky Summers, of course, where you got off the deck in round 2, I think it was, to kind of press him after that and win a fairly clear decision in the end. What was that like for you, the biggest kind of stage you'd been on and going down so early in the fight, having to come back from that?
Boxing's life, man. If you get down, you go down. You got to get back up and continue what you got to do and stay disciplined, and that's what I did and showed. So we all make mistakes. I made a little mistake in that fight, and they capitalised on it. But after that, it was easy sailing. He didn't hit me with the right like that again for the whole fight. So I know where I went wrong, and I'm not going to carry that into my next fight.
And is it Hackney you train in?
No, I'm training in Canning Town, Peacock's gym.
Oh, you do train in Peacock with Brian Lawrence, of course. How did someone from South London end up in an East London gym rather than nearer to where you came from?
You know what? It's a long story, but it's basically...
Give us the edited highlights.
Yeah, basically, I met him in South London. He was in Miguel's. It just coincidentally, he was in Miguel's, and we started talking. He was a trainer. I was looking for a professional trainer. He said, you know what, I usually train at Peacocks. Come down Peacocks. And I started going down to Peacocks.
It wasn't that long a story.
It was more detailed. I shortened it down.
Appreciate it. And what have you been learning from Brian? He's a very experienced trainer, probably doesn't get the credit he deserves.
Yeah, I've been learning a lot from him. He's been in the game for a very long time. He's had British champions, he's had European champions, he's had world champions. So he's got a lot of experience. He's been in America for 2 years with fighters. So I'm just learning a lot from him right now. So it's good. It's a lot of good experience. Everything's learning, everything's growth, everything's positive, and that's what I'm trying to bring into the fight on Friday.
And what can we expect from the fight on Friday? You've talked about the pattern of the fight, but what are we expecting? A points win, a stoppage? What are you thinking?
Stoppage. It's not going past 6.
Wow, that's a bold prediction. I like it. And just last of all, for people that aren't aware of you or want to follow your journey more closely, just tell us your main social media handles, how people can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at Capo Showtime Sterling, or you can find me on Twitter at Andre Sterling _1. So yeah, if you look me up, look me up on social media. Okay.
Brilliant. Cheers. Thank you for your time and best of luck, obviously, on Friday.
Thank you. I appreciate it.